And welcome to the Inside Texas Football YouTube channel powered by InsideTexas.com with Charlie Williams here. I'm Justin Wells, our man behind the camera. James is hanging on and hanging out. Listen, we just finished up Texas Junior Day 2025. We got to catch up with a handful of the guys, and we kind of want to go over some of the new offers. We want to go over some of the arrivals and just kind of some of the message that they were hearing from the Texas staff today. Let's get started, Charlie. I mean, there were some big names, especially in 2026, and it starts with Dia Bell.
Man.
5-star quarterback.
Yes.
He came in yesterday. He's a guy that he was actually helping out a little bit with the recruitment. He's trying to build the class. Who else are some of the other big names that we got to see come in this morning?
Yeah, you saw a couple big names. You got Jalen Locke, Frisco Panther Creek, a huge name, right?
Dude.
Definitely a dude. You also had Felix Ojo, maybe one of the best offensive tackles in the country that showed up today, right? So that was huge. So you had quite a few more. We can talk about that. Also talk about a few guys got offers today. We can talk about that going down the road, but
Let's start with Javian Osborne.
Right.
Javian Osborne, I said, you know, you've been here so many times, and what was that stood out this time? And he said he loved how the incoming freshmen were helping the staff, especially the running backs. And he said when he's in the running back room, those guys were already like brothers. They were already being helpful and selfless, and that really stood out to him. That was kind of his message. For you, you know, you got to talk to his dad a little bit. Kind of what was the gist there?
He followed with the exact same thing. He said, hey, this is a close-knit group inside the locker. You can tell they're a lot closer than when we first started coming to Texas. They feel like a family on the inside, and so that was huge for him. He could see that they have an actual cultural change here, and so he loved to see the brotherhood. And so some of the same things Javian said, he said he followed up with.
Hey, there were some O-linemen here today, some big-time offensive linemen that actually set official visits. Let's start with Felix Ojo, one of the best, like you said, one of the best players in the country. His official visit's going to be on June 13th. You know, how many times has Ojo been here? Like, what's his kind of vibe here?
He likes Texas, and he still likes Texas, likes him a lot, right? He says, hey, Texas pretty much told him they want him. That makes any kid feel special, right? And so then just to see that, him actually show up and kind of see what the Texas staff had to say and show him, man, it was huge. Talk about another kid on the 13th who had the official visit is Zayden Crimpin. Yeah.
Crimpin.
Hey, big Crimpin. I love it, man. And then a few more are maybes for the 13th, but if you can get an O-line class together, all to come in on the 13th on the same day, you might be playing together. Who knows, right? I think it's a great idea. It's a great pitch to do it, but we'll see.
Absolutely. Max Wright, another offensive tackle from Melissa, he's going to take his official visit on June 20th. And so they're spacing that out somewhat a little bit, but that's another one. I think the O-linemen were the only one that actually set official visits. There are some guys that are looking to set a visit. Osborne said Texas will definitely get an official, nothing set up. We just talked to Jabari Mack, wide receiver out of New Orleans, Destrian. Texas is standing out. Texas A&M standing out. Ohio State and LSU are standing out. But he talked about hanging out with some big dudes. Can you tell me a few of those?
Yeah, so add with that, you got Mr. Katoa from Euless Trinity.
Yes.
Tell me, you got Mr. Drew Evers, also from Flower Mound, another big human. As you know, Cal Flower loves big humans, right? But you got a front five right in front of you right there. And you just talk about it, right? And so we also got some big guys on the defensive side we need to talk about as well.
We do. I do want to add, Jabari Mack got to hang out with Arch Manning. He got to hang out with Ryan Wingo, and that was big for him, kind of getting an idea. And he said Arch didn't really talk about football. He talked really about just getting to kind of get to know him. And that's how Arch is. Arch doesn't really push football. He pushes more of the relationship. Right. But let's go on to the defensive side and tell me about Jamian. This is the first time I got to see Mr. Jamian Winfield, 4-star defensive lineman out of Richardson, a move-in out of Mississippi. Lay it on me. What was the latest from him?
Look, when the first time I saw that kid, I was like, man, not many kids make me feel small, but that's a big dude, and he can move. And you look at his film, he'll show you why he's probably one of the highest rated guys and can steady climb up the board. But he loved this visit. Getting to see Texas for the first time, being here, being ingrained in the culture, the whole nine, he's like, man, I loved it here. I didn't expect this. I get here, the facilities are just off the chain. That's his words. Off the chain. It's like just being here, being in this environment, it was just different than anything he's seen. Being from Mississippi, you don't see anything like this. It's totally different, right?
Yeah.
And so he loved it. Not only did he love it, his mom loved it as well, and that's huge.
Okay, he's 2026. There were a pair of 2027s that picked up offers, including a defensive lineman that you're very familiar with. I'll let you start. Tell me about Adrian Redmond, the defensive lineman, sophomore out of Lake Dallas.
Yeah, so I've been knowing this kid since he's been playing Pee Wee football. That's how long it goes back. He was always dominant as a little kid. Now he's grew into almost a grown man. You're talking about a big kid who can move. One thing about him to note that's pretty cool is he trains with Tavondre Sweat, Brian Murphy, Colin Simmons, Alex January. They all got the same trainer. So you know what kind of kid you're probably going to get if he chooses to come to Texas. A guy that comes in ready to play day one. So, and he has the size to do it. But he's excited. He's been wanting a Texas offer for a long time, and he got it today. I was so happy for him.
Another kid that picked one up was one of the growing offensive linemen out of 2027, Damarian Johnson. This guy out of Tyler Legacy High School. His head coach is Bo Trehan. Some Texas fans will recognize him as a guy from the early 2000s. There's other Longhorns on that staff. Lee Jackson is another guy that's on that staff. Damarian, I got a little bit from him earlier today. He was unbelievably fired up. His offer list has grown exponentially. Texas A&M, Nebraska, USC, Ole Miss. He is growing up. I think he was super excited about being here and getting that offer today. I think that was a big deal. Let's talk a little bit about the DBs. Okay, Jalen Lott.
Right.
That's what, when we talk about DBs, it's going to begin and end with him. I'm going to talk about Jermaine Bishop. You talk a little bit about Lott and kind of what you see there, and I'll follow you up.
Yeah, man, Lott is an exceptional player. Now, he's a total athlete. He can play either side of the ball. But what makes great DBs is they can go get the ball and catch it. He's a great receiver. So him being able to play DB, understanding what a receiver's thinking, because he's such a good one, makes him a really exceptional DB. Man, this kid gets it. You look at his film, and he's smooth. He doesn't panic when the ball's in there because he's just a baller. He gets it done. So you're looking at a DB, man, if he comes into the Texas class in 26 class, you're talking about an absolute, I don't know, maybe he can wear 7 in the future. I'm just saying. Maybe he can wear number 7 Winthrop too. That's how I feel about him.
I love it. Hey, I saw another athlete that is just as good, and that's Jermaine Bishop, junior out of Willis, Texas. He has been looked at on both sides of the ball. He even went to 2 different meeting rooms. He went with the wide receivers with Chris Jackson, who actually came to Willis last week to see him. Absolutely loved kind of connecting with Coach Jackson. And then he hung out with Terry Joseph today in the corner room because he's wanted to get on the field a little bit earlier, and cornerback was the spot. He told us he doesn't mind where he plays. He just wants the fastest path on the field. He's going to probably be in that athlete category. A couple other guys, Brock King.
Yes.
Big fan of Brock King. He got to connect with Ty Anthony Smith. A lot of guys on his 7-on-7 team are Longhorns. Cade Phillips, just going down. There's a handful of other guys. He got to connect as well. Were there any guys that you weren't expecting to see, or anything unique that you heard from recruits this afternoon?
The biggest thing is everybody had almost the exact same message, how close that group was inside the building. And to hear that from other kids, to say, hey, and parents say, hey, the team is really, really close. I like this. I would like for my kid to be here because it's a family inside the building. That's huge. I mean, the message was sent and received.
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, there's a lot more stuff going on. We have a lot more to offer. You need to go to InsideTexas.com. We will catch you up. Charlie and I are posting some stuff soon. We'll have this stuff loaded up on YouTube. And come see us at InsideTexas.com. It really is the best time to sign up. We appreciate you guys.
All right, we're here with Javian Osborne. Javian, who would you say your favorite current Texas player is?
Favorite current Texas player? Ooh, man, that's hard to say. I mean, there's a lot of them that's real good on the roster, but I mean, I'll have to say probably. Are we talking players that was drafted, or players that's going to get drafted, or anybody on them?
Anybody you may play with that you're looking forward to the most?
I mean, I'd probably say, seeing maybe, all the running backs. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, I like them all. Shoot.
Do you have an all-time favorite player as a Texas kid?
Ooh, all-time favorite player on Texas. Ooh, probably say it'd probably be, Ricky Williams probably. Shoot, you can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with that as a running back, dude.
Yes, sir.
And today, on your long tour, it was a long day, obviously. What was your favorite part or anything that stuck out to you when you were touring Texas today?
Yeah, something that stuck out was just the connection piece. It feels like you have a lot more guys, a lot more players that's real connected and real, just for the team. And, another thing that was, just real good was just being able to talk to Coach Joyce again, seeing how he, just talking to him again and seeing, just his personality always sticking out. He loves showing us the film and showing us the drills and how it translates to the game. So, I mean, it was real cool, just watching that and, listening to him talk and, just talk about that.
Yeah, and what about Austin? What was your favorite part of being in Austin today?
I mean, man, I've been here so many times, but, favorite part about Austin was probably the food, man. We ate, I believe it's Gus Chicken. It was real. It was, it was pretty good, man. It was good, so. That was probably my favorite thing, just eating today, so, yeah.
Talk to Arch. Did you get to talk to maybe Derek Williams or any of those guys that are from Louisiana and New Orleans?
Yeah, I talked to Arch a little bit. We worked with the same trainer, so we was chatting about that for a little minute, and he just asked me how my life was going. You know, he's a nice stand-up guy.
He doesn't really push football very much, does he? It's more just getting to know you.
Yeah, and I also got to talk to Ryan Wingo. You know, he's not from Louisiana, but he was a great freshman this year, and it was good just getting to pick his brain a little bit.
Jackson's message, you know, you're high up on their big board. What was his message to you?
His message to me was, you know, just to keep working, and he'll always stay in contact, and really, you know, he always keeps it real with me. So that's what I like about him, and yeah, he'll be coming down to Louisiana Monday, so I'll get to talk to him again.
You've been here before, right?
Yeah.
Well, what stood out this time compared to the other trips?
This time I really got to tour the facilities, you know, and like more of a calming environment instead of like at a big game where it's a lot of people. So I really got to interact with everyone without too much going on.
All right, we're here with Kosi. Tell us, what was one thing that stuck out to you about your Texas tour today?
I just like talking to the coaches. I like the environment. I like the hospitality. You know, I just really liked everything about it.
What do you think about Austin, Texas?
I like the city. You know, very very nice people actually. You know, going out, just meeting random people, having random interactions. So yeah.
As a linebacker, obviously Texas has a lot of great ones. Who would you say your favorite Texas linebacker is right now?
Right now, has to be Ant Hill, but you know, I enjoy watching, you know, some classic games. So yeah.
Do you have an all-time favorite Texas linebacker?
You know, he was my coach, so I'm gonna say Coach Bob, Coach Rashad Bobineau, but also Derek Johnson too.
All right, we're here with Taylon Mayo. Taylon, who would you say your favorite Texas player is currently?
My favorite Texas player right now is probably Ant Hill.
Ant Hill?
Yes, sir.
What about all-time?
All time? I don't got no all time for Texas. Wow.
What was your favorite part about the tour today and seeing the facilities and all that?
Today, right when I came, it felt like family because the coaches was like talking to me and like they pulled me in a room and talked to me and told me how good I've been doing and stuff like that, and like how good of an athlete I am and like what they're gonna do for the next level, like what they're gonna do for me, and just telling me how they run their defense and like what fits around me, like so when I come, like I'll play this position and like sometimes I play this position, just like because they like my speed and my length and stuff like that.
Is there any player in particular you feel like you model your game after?
Like model?
Yeah.
Hey, Sauce Gardner and Tito Luger.
Oh, those are good answers. Good answers. What was something that stuck out about Texas in comparison to other places you've been?
Texas, just like every time I come to Texas, like last year I came, they just bring me in like I'm family. Like I always been used to Cause like when I go to other colleges, they do the same kind of, but like Texas just gives it a different level. That's why I really love it.
And what do you think about Austin?
Yeah, I like Austin. I'm right down the road. Like I'm in Dallas, like North Dallas, so I'm right down the road, like 3 hours. So I like it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Zane, what would you say your favorite part of the Texas tour was today?
The food. The food was amazing.
What'd they have?
Oh, we had some fried chicken, some cookies, some mac and cheese, some potato salad. You know, the food was great.
Where was the fried chicken from?
I have no idea. I'm not even gonna lie.
Not Cane's?
No, sir. I think it was Bubba's chicken.
And who is your favorite Texas player currently on the team?
Colin Simmons.
And who would you say your favorite all-time Texas player is?
All time, either Jatavian Sanders or Derek Johnson.
And who would you say you model your game after the most?
On the defensive side, I'm all my game after Anthony Hill, Colin Simmons, and on the offensive side, Jatavian Sanders.
Those are all great answers. And what would you say stuck out to you the most about Texas on your tour today?
Just what they've done in the past couple years with all their players, you know, all the accolades they've won and achieved for team success and individual success and just the development of their players.
We're here with Amari Vickerson. Amari, what was one thing that stuck out to you about your Texas tour today?
It was really the hospitality and the love and care that they show here, genuinely behind not only myself but to my family. It was big on just love and care and just, like I said before, it was walking into an open hug, you know, and just showing the love that they showed my dad, my mom, and my little brother as well, because he's upcoming next as well. I watch out for Kevin Fiction Jr. by the way, man. It's just coming here at Texas was just a great experience. It's very wholesome. That's all I gotta say right now for that question.
What's your favorite part of Austin?
My favorite part of Austin was walking in the campus and walking in the doors and seeing everybody welcoming and just showing me love and care, like I said before. It was just very genuine. It was very, how should I say this? It was just very,
Like family
yeah.
kind of?
He knows his class. It was like a big family. It's basically like how we'll come back home from like after war. Like, you know, so everybody come over here, give me that, give me love, all that. It's very, very wholesome.
And, as a D lineman, who is your favorite Texas defensive lineman that you've ever seen play? There's been some great ones recently.
Right now, at the moment, it will be Vernon Broughton. And past years, it was Tavondre Sweat and Byron Murphy. More so Byron Murphy because that's what I idolize and that's what I play like in my game as well. Also Colin Simmons off the pass rush, not off the edge. But yeah, that's the only guys I look up to right now at the moment.